I was born and brought up in the Middle East, and my whole family was there. We came from a broken home. Parents used to fight, families used to fight with each other. Things got really bad between my parents, and they used to end up in a lot of physical fights. So much so that sometimes when we were moving in cars, my mother used to jump out of the moving car, and this used to leave me petrified and mortified. One fine day, my brother and I, when we went to school and we were coming back, we saw police and a lot of people outside the house. And an uncle of ours came forward and said that, listen, I'm going to take you home. 3 days later, I was just sitting there in their house, wondering why we're not going to school. And I flipped through and I saw an obituary with my mother's picture, saying that Indian housewife committed suicide. And I didn't know what suicide means. And I kept looking at it, thinking, what is this? And then the next day, my aunt came, my father's sister came, and they all came and sat with us and said, listen, your mother's passed away. And then my father came and he was crying and weeping and broken. And my brother and I were like, why is all this happening? The next, less than a couple of weeks, we were put on a flight and sent to a hostel. And I still remember when my aunt left my brother and me at the hostel, one of the ladies came forward and held both of us. And my aunt's car was moving down the hill, and I still remember running behind the car. From then on, it was a fast forward. There was a point that I decided to commit suicide, and I'm not going to say that it's a testimony that I did. And no, I failed actually. The fan fell down with the rope, and I was lying on the ground thinking, why did it fail? But I still remember that one night when I was sitting in a hostel and look at the trees outside, and I used to say, is there somebody out there who can listen to me? And I never knew the word God because nobody taught the word God. About 10 years back in 2008, I heard this one whisper in the night. And this voice started being more and more clear to me every day. I mean, there was this thing that you've been asking me, what do you want me to do for you? But tell me, what can you do for me? I saw that there was one person searching for me, and that is God. And this is what Jesus says. He says, my Father loved you so much that He sent me to say that He loves you. And that perspective suddenly changes. That He loves me so much, that He wants me to collaborate with Him to say, let's do things together in this fallen world. I stand victorious in Christ because of the fact that I've realized He's more human and more God than I can ever imagine. So I started getting involved with youngsters. I started getting involved with people who I could counsel. Of course, I started reaching out to people who were really broken. The last so many years of my life, in the last 10 years, the difference has been I've started realizing how God is a Father. And He's fearfully and wonderfully made you. He's written that destiny, and He will fulfill it you if you listen to that voice.